G'day guys, how's it going? Righto, in this video what we want to do is work out whether this presumably cheap Chinese knockoff of the Omni-Cruise Throttle Lock, this you can get for $10 or under off eBay. This you got to pay about 70 bucks. Now we used to sell this, we don't anymore. The guy that makes these, which they're made in America, he just stopped being able to supply them. He was trying to sell his business. I think he's got another business that he's obviously making more money out of. And we just can't get it. I know that you can still get this. They're on eBay and they're actually a Western Australian company. They were always selling it while we were selling it as well. So you can still get it, but for how long, I don't know. But anyway, it's just going to be interesting to see whether this $10 thing can do the same thing as this. Right, so I'm just going to pull this one out of the way. This is my one here that I've been using for years. I run it on the DR650 as its primary thing. The postie bike, Honda CT110, CB250. I know, we've sold, I don't know, it must have to be about 1,000 of these bloody things over the years. We've only had about, I think in that total time, 4 come back with people saying that it doesn't work. Now, what we've worked out is that obviously all bikes aren't equal. Handlebars, grips, engines, vibration, engines with the vibrations that go through to the grip or the handlebars. Now we've had one, and this was many years ago now, there was 2 blokes going around Victoria doing a tour. I can't remember the bikes they were on, but they had 2 different bikes. They both got one of these. One guy was loving it and was working brilliantly, but the other guy just couldn't get it to work. He tried to hunk that down as much as he could, but it would slowly vibrate and come off. So what they did was they swapped. He thought it might have been just, yeah, he got a dodgy one. So they swapped it, no different. The guy that it was working for kept working using the other guy's one that wasn't working, and the guy that wasn't working for continued to not work, even though it was working on the other bike. So that's the difference with these things. So I know it works on, this one works on my bike, the DR650. This one is actually John's. He's a crew member, lives locally here, and he's running a Yamaha XT660, and he's just having that problem where it's slipping. So it's going to be interesting to see whether this will work on my bike. It should, if it's as good as this one. This might be I don't know, it might be just interest sakes. Or if you're looking for one of these and you go, oh, will this bloody work? This will hopefully confirm whether that is the issue. But let's just have a look at these things. So straight up, this one is bigger. It doesn't have, you know, there's hole differences, but not too much. The Omni-Cruise actually has this extra little piece there, and if I raise that, like, it's actually screwed on there. I don't know what purpose that is as over to that. I'm not 100% sure. But really, everything's pretty much the same. The major difference, I suppose, is where this goes in. So if I was to loosen this off, I've got to, because these are spring loaded, so I'll loosen this, because I've done it, oh, this is what it does to me. I have to loosen this right off on this particular one to get it over my hand grip. So if I just thread that once, like that, so that's as big as this will go, and it's only a problem when putting it on. It's fine, the actual size, but see this one here, if you undo this one, you can already see it goes out way wider than the other one. Now this is actually going to pull out of here. So if I keep going, I'm going to try and do this so it doesn't. Like, look at the difference on that. That's just crazy. Oh, there you go. So now you can see this is now out. So that one, the cap come off, whereas this one, it's this part. And it has this little swivel thing. Hang on, I'm going to need to put my short lookers on to get this back in. Or is it spinning around somehow? There we go. Turn that around. Get that going. And now we're on. Right, so, yeah, so I don't know whether this thing actually makes any difference to it. But look, let's stop bloody bang on. I'm first going to show you how this operates, then we're going to take it out on the road and see if it bloody works. Rightio guys, so you're looking at our grip, our throttle, boom. We've got our brake thing there. So this is the cheap one. And as I've actually just worked out, I can just get that to jump on there like that. Oh, it's just a bit of a muck around. So if I grab the Omni-Cruise, obviously you can see that it doesn't matter what size you've got, it's gonna work. So what you do, fast motion. Right, so you can see that's on there. Can still slide. I don't have that special sleeve on there. This is just running straight on. So the way that this works is that you're going along, you're putting a throttle on, and then you use your thumb to push that around. So we've got it, and we're pushing down, and then that rests on this brake lever here. And then what happens is that is now held. And that will just hold you at that rev range. So it's not going to hold your speed, as in it's just holding the throttle. So if you're going uphill, you're going to lose speed. If you go downhill, you're going to gain speed. Now, this is real, because I've tried lots of different ones. This is really good. Like in an emergency, you do that, and you can push it around like that, and it releases it. So down. So if I do, so then boom. Basically, that's all it is. It's just holding it with friction. Done deal. Really, I think it's a really safe, in my eyes, compared to the other ones that I've tried. You know, back in the day, you know, I've tried, well, the first thing I ever tried was, and that was on Harry the Boulevard, was a piece of leather, and jamming it down in there. It would work, and then it would just quickly stop working. I tried the cramp busters, but what I found was that worked for your hand bit, but all it did for me was transfer the issue into my wrist. I started getting sore in the wrist. And the other thing with that cramp buster, it's fine while you're doing 100 k's an hour, but if you come into a town and you're just not thinking, and then you've got to let off, that cramp, it was an awkward thing. It would get in the way. I felt unsafe with it. Righto, let's get out on the road. Rightio guys, so we're now out on the road. Hopefully I've got this thing so you can see my hand and that the throttle lock. So this is the Omni-Cruise. I'm just going to put it down. So what are we doing? 60 k's. And as you can see, that is not slipping. It's holding. We're going up a bit of a hill. If I roll it on a little bit more so we can get it to 60. Staying the same. Cool. $80k, not slipping, and now we're going to start going around a bend, so I'll back it off. Full power it on. 100k, 100k's, it's not slipping, it's just sticking at that 100k's. And as you can see there guys, like coming up to that bend, I was easily able to just quickly whack it off, put on the brake, all safe, no worries at all. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'll go back and do the exact same thing with that other one. I'll swap it over. I'll come back to you. Rightio, here we go again, guys. So I've now got the cheap one on, doing 60k. It's holding, it's not moving. No worries, we'll just get it up So we're coming into the 100, but we'll get it to the 80. We're doing a little bit more than 80, but I'm looking. That's holding. No problem whatsoever. Righto, 100 k's. So I'll back off here. There we go. That is holding. No problem. So maybe the, you know, John's Honda bloody XT660 has a particular vibration that doesn't, you know, like it. It might be the grips that he's got. I don't know. It's you know, sometimes this will loosen off. You know, it might be certain bumpy bloody roads that have a vibration to them or whatever, but I can't see a problem with that cheap one. That works just as good as the other one. Righto, I'll see you back at the garage. Rightio guys, there you have it. So the Omni-Cruise obviously works, but the cheap knockoff one works just as good, holding that throttle, utilizing it safety wise. Yeah, I can't fault it. So there you go. I just did a quick bloody search. It was funny. I can't find on eBay because they had like, there was 192 listings. It was obviously one seller, and I thought it was the guy in Western Australia. I looked up his website, which was motorradgarage.com.au. They used to say he's actually out of stock. And I've been looking at the eBay and I can't bloody find it. I was looking on the computer, I was looking on my phone. All the listings for that is gone. But omni-cruise.com, there you go. You can, it's on their site, still listed there. So you should be able to still buy that if you want that one. If you want just the cheap knockoff one, go to eBay, type in cruise control or throttle lock or whatever. You'll see them popping up. They range anywhere from like $8 up to, I don't know, $30. Some places are doing it for. Obviously grab it for the $10. That's free shipping. It's coming direct from bloody China. There would be people that obviously buy it in. It'll be Australian stock, so you will get it quicker, but just do your research on it. Main thing is it works just as good as that. That's it. As for, you know, people will go, oh, well, you should be, you know, don't buy the Chinese stuff and, you know, buy American. Well, if that's the way you think and that's what your budget is, get that. But I'm never going to tell someone not to buy that. I've been in the position of living paycheck to paycheck. And some people can't afford to spend $70 when they can buy that for $10. That means they've got another $60 to maybe buy another pair of gloves or add it to buying a helmet or a pair of boots, or do you know what I mean? You know, it's always good to be able to support our local, what do you call it, you know, manufacturers, whether it's Australia, England, bloody America, wherever you are. Yeah, it's always good to do that. Now, I want to just say, I know that this is not a rip-off. This is made in America by that bloke who's over there, and through the years of dealing and, you know, waiting for stock to come in, and he's saying that, oh, I'm having trouble with this machine, and, you know, he gets obviously these cut out and they get tumbled and then they get painted and then they get assembled, and then they've got those, you know, when we first got onto it, those sleeves were breaking, so he had to rejig the way that those were getting made. And clearly he's not making a fortune by ripping people off, because he's trying to sell the business, and he can't even supply me or obviously anybody here in Australia. He's not sending anything over, so do you know what I mean? It's because it's made in America, not in China. They mass produce, they get government bloody incentives, and they clearly work a whole lot cheaper than what, you know, us Westerners are accustomed to getting paid for doing something. So yeah, just shut up, Mark. God. Righto, guys, remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on. I had to bloody say, Biker Bits crew, bloody not the crew, the community, the Biker Bits community. If you've had any of these, especially this, the knockoff one, let us know in the comments, you know, how have you found it? And make sure that you let us know what bike you're riding and how these worked. Brilliant. Righto, get out of here.